Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time here, I'm glad you're joining us. Today, we're continuing our series where I walk you step by step through how to build an online business from the ground up. If we haven't met yet, I'm Pez Elias. I've been in e-commerce for 17 years and have sold millions online, and now I'm sharing the lessons and strategies that can help you start your own online business. This video is all about the roadmap, the big picture strategy behind how successful online businesses actually get built. Before we talk products, stores, sourcing, marketing, or scaling, you need to be clear about the direction. And that's what today is about, creating the blueprint that will guide every decision you make. By the end, you'll understand the key stages of building an online business, the order they should happen in, and how to avoid the mistakes that keep beginners stuck. If you're serious about starting a real online business, then this series is exactly where you belong. All right, let's get started. So you've got this amazing business idea, right? But now what? It can feel totally overwhelming trying to figure out how to make it real. Well, that's what we're here to fix. We're going to break down a super clear 4-phase roadmap that'll take you from that little spark of an idea all the way to a real thriving online business. Ready? Let's get into it. All right, so here's the game plan for this explainer. We'll start with a quick look at the overall roadmap, and then we're going to jump into each of the 4 big phases: building your foundation, cooking up a strategy, actually constructing the business, and then the really fun part, launching and growing it. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the big picture, the entrepreneur's roadmap. And I want to be clear, this is not just some random checklist you find online. No way. This is a proven path that takes this huge, kind of scary idea of starting a business and chops it up into clear, manageable stages. It's designed to guide you from that aha moment all the way to launch day and everything that comes after. So the whole journey is really broken down into these 4 key stages. You start with foundation and learning, then you move into planning and strategy. Next up is building and execution, and finally launching and growing. The beauty of this is that each phase has its own unique purpose. This means you know exactly what to focus on and when, which is honestly the best way to avoid that "where do I even start" feeling. All right, let's dive into our first stop. Phase 1, building your foundation. Think of it this way. You wouldn't build your dream house on a shaky foundation, right? Of course not. And the exact same thing goes for your business. This phase is all about mastering the absolute fundamentals, getting your vision crystal clear, and just preparing. It's about learning what you need to know and getting into the right mindset for the long haul. This quote just nails the concept very clearly. This phase is where everything begins, and that is so true. Look, the temptation to just jump in and start building your store is going to be huge. I get it, but you've got to resist that urge. Seriously, the work you do right here, the knowledge you gain, it's going to be the bedrock for everything that comes next. So, what are we actually doing in this phase? A huge part of it is turning your cool idea into a powerful mission. And there's a big difference, right? It's not just, I'm going to sell handmade candles. It's more like, my mission is to create moments of calm in a chaotic world. See that? That's a mission, and that mission becomes your compass, guiding every decision you make as you build a business that's meant to last. By the time you're done with phase 1, you're going to have some seriously powerful tools. You won't just know the buzzwords, you'll actually understand why this stuff matters. You'll be able to see those common pitfalls that trip up so many new entrepreneurs, and you'll know how to avoid them. And with that clear mission, you'd basically have a North Star guiding you straight into phase 2. Speaking of that North Star, it leads us right where we need to go. Phase 2, develop your strategy. This is where the magic starts to happen. You take all that awesome foundational knowledge you just gained and you start forging it into a real, concrete, data-driven business plan. This isn't just a document that sits in a drawer. It's the playbook for your business. And the key word here is data-driven. We are officially leaving guesswork behind. A smart strategy means you're not just crossing your fingers and hoping people will buy your stuff. Nope. You're using real market research. You're looking at what your competitors are doing, maybe even surveying potential customers. This is how you make informed decisions and carve out your own unique spot in the market. A really great tool for this is the 3C's strategy. It sounds fancy, but it's actually super simple and incredibly effective. It just boils down to answering 3 critical questions. First, your customer. Who are you really selling to? Second, your company. What makes you special? And third, your competition. Who's already out there and what can you learn from them? Getting honest answers here is an absolute game changer, and it doesn't stop there. Along with the 3C's, you're going to look at the classic 4 P's. That's your product, your price, your place, as in where you'll sell, and your promotion. The key thing to remember is that these all have to work together. You can't have a super premium product with a bargain bin price. It just doesn't work. When you get all 4 of these in sync, your strategy goes from being an idea to a full-blown action plan. Okay, so you got your foundation. You've got your killer strategy. Now it's time to roll up your sleeves for phase 3, construct your business. This is where it gets real. This is the fun part where you take that plan and start turning it into an actual working, honest-to-goodness online store. So what does that look like? Well, you'll be tackling the big stuff. You'll choose your e-commerce platform. You'll snag that perfect domain name, which is always a great feeling. You'll design your brand identity, set up your payment system so you can actually get paid, which is kind of important. And then build out all your key store pages. Every single step is like laying another brick for your new online home. And that's the core of phase 3, really. It's this incredible transformation. You go from having a business plan, which is just a document, right, to having a fully operational online store. When you finish this phase, it's not an idea anymore. It's a real business with a brand ready to go. Which brings us to the moment we've all been working for. Phase 4, launch and grow. This is it. This is when you hit the big red button. You go live and you start welcoming your very first customers, but just as quickly, your focus has to shift to what's next. Scaling for the long term. The whole process looks something like this. First, you do some pre-launch testing, find and fix all the little bugs. Then it's launch time. You announce yourself to the world, but that's just the start. Right away, you're hitting them with an initial marketing push to drive that early traffic. And from that day forward, it's a cycle of ongoing optimization. You're constantly looking at the data, listening to feedback, and making things better. And this is a really crucial mindset shift. Your focus is no longer on getting started. It's now all about building real sustainable momentum. I love this analogy. Launch day isn't the finish line. It's the starting line of a marathon. The whole goal now is to build systems for marketing and for operations that can grow right along with you. And there you have it. That's the whole journey from a little idea in your head to a real growing online business. It's a lot, I know. So let's just do a super quick recap of this roadmap. If you boil it all down to its absolute core, the 4 phases are actually really simple. First, you learn, then you plan. After that, you build, and finally you grow. That's it. Learn, plan, build, grow. Just remember that simple framework. It's your guide to keep you focused and moving forward one step at a time, which really brings us to the last and maybe the most important question. Now that you've seen the path, you've seen how it's broken down into these manageable steps, the only thing left to ask is, are you ready to build something that lasts? I really hope this has given you the map and the confidence to get started. So what kind of business will you start today? Thanks so much for watching. If this video helps you, you're going to get even more value from my How to Start an Online Business Master Academy course. It's a fully guided, step-by-step program that takes everything we talked about here and goes 10 levels deeper with real examples, practical tools, and hands-on exercises to help you actually build and launch your own online business. The Master Academy course is structured into 4 powerful phases that walk you through the entire process: defining your strategy, building your foundation, launching your store the right way, and installing the systems you need to grow and scale. You won't just learn the concepts, you'll follow along with detailed video lessons, downloadable templates, plug-and-play worksheets, and real-world breakdowns so you can move from an idea to a profitable online business with total clarity. If you're serious about turning this into something real, check out the link in the description for all the details. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next part of the series. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or inside the Master Academy.